Hack Episode 3, Africa's First Leaders. 1. Kwame Nkrumah, 1909 to 1972, Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah, the charismatic leader of Ghana, became the first prime minister and later president after independence in 1957. He was a driving force of Pan-Africanism, inspiring unity across the continent. His vision of industrialization and socialism was bold, but economic struggles and accusations of authoritarianism weakened his rule. In 1966, while he was on a diplomatic trip to China, a coup removed him from power. He lived in exile in Guinea until his death in 1972. Still, he remains the father of African independence. Hastings Kamuzu Banda, c. 1898 to 1997. Malawi Banda was a medical doctor who returned home to lead Malawi to independence in 1964. Once in power, he became the country's first president for life, ruling with strict authority. Under his leadership, Malawi was relatively stable but politically repressed, with little tolerance for opposition. By the 1990s, global pressure for democracy forced him to hold elections. He was defeated in 1994 and faded into political obscurity. Banda died in 1997, leaving behind a legacy both of independence and dictatorship. Julius Nyerere, 1922 to 1999. Tanzania. Known as Mwalimu, the teacher, Julius Nyerere became the first president of Tanzania in 1964. He was a humble man, often seen farming alongside villagers. His policy of Ujamaa, African socialism, emphasized equality, self-reliance, and rural development. Though respected for his integrity, his economic policies led to hardship and poverty. Nyerere stepped down voluntarily in 1985, a rare example among African leaders. He remained a revered elder statesman until his death in 1999. Ahmed Sékou Touré, 1922 to 1984, Guinea. Touré rejected France's offer of partial autonomy in 1958, boldly declaring full independence for Guinea. This move made him a hero across Africa. As president, he promoted African pride and independence, but his regime became increasingly repressive. Thousands of opponents were jailed, tortured, or killed. Touré ruled until his sudden death in 1984, after which Guinea slowly opened up from decades of authoritarian rule. William Tubman, 1895 to 1971, Liberia. Tubman became president of Liberia in 1944 and is remembered as the father of modern Liberia. He introduced reforms to unify the descendants of freed slaves with indigenous Africans, expanded the economy, and opened the country to foreign investment. However, his long rule also concentrated power in his hands. Tubman remained in office until his death in 1971, paving the way for his vice president, William Tolbert. His legacy is one of modernization mixed with authoritarian tendencies. Africa's first leaders rose with dreams of freedom and unity, but many faced the hard truths of power, economic struggle, and betrayal. Some were remembered as visionaries, others as tyrants, yet all of them shaped the destiny of their nations. Don't forget, your support keeps these stories alive. If you found this powerful, share it, drop a comment, and follow for more journeys into Africa's history.